The Summer Showdown is almost here, and the Titans had a premium opportunity to end up in the top 4, but did they capitalize? I'm your host, Abby Sherlock, and welcome to Titans This Week. Coming off a clean sweep of the Dallas Fuel, the Titans look to continue the magic as they head into their final placing match for the Summer Showdown against the Boston Uprising. Boston has been improving as of late and looked to a chance for the Titans to prove their first win wasn't a lucky break. A win sets them up to be one of the top seeds, while a loss places them into the play-in rounds for the Summer Showdown tournament. So how did your Titans fare against the Uprising? Let's take a look at our match recap.
Try and catch KSA, who's able to get out, and Color Hex has to go the block.
Yeah, now you'll start to see the Wrecking Ball come in, start to just knock people up, and then they get a quick kill. Shockwave takes out Color Hex, but Myungbong using the Coalescence, trying to keep everybody alive here on the point.
Now, but he spent a little bit of time trying to get rid of KSA, and Shredlock sends him over the edge. This one is already exciting to kick off with. Shockwave there on the Reinhardt, of course, he's duplicated that. And the Titans are happy. Want to push too much further forward now, especially with the minefield in place. So Fusion's trying to clear some of that early in the fight as much as he can. But Dalton gets in, and he gets the Golden Goose. Puck's gone down. Halo's removed now by the minefield, and around the side comes Shredlock. Now Blizzard again, it's so hard to catch the Titans in it. No one was really bothered about it. Just a nice, pleasant breeze for the Titans as they make their way through. And the Boston Uprising absolutely devastated. Try to play a grouped up composition, but they get picked to pieces by Vancouver. Close first round, but the composition definitely looks better in the hands of the Titans.
Now, let's see. It's going to be Fusions gets on, just get a touch here. It doesn't look like anyone will be able to get towards the point, so that'll be that first round healing, but not in that burst type of, like, heal everybody as Moira can.
Punk is getting hammered by this Coalescence right now. Again, an early Immortality field had to be used by Myungbong now. What are the ramifications of this going to be? Fusions, though, a big Earth Shatter, and the Titans, no opportunity to take advantage of the lack of Immortality there from Myungbong. Keeps Jerry alive, actually. He got stunned by the looks by Shockwave, who had to get out there. Meteor Strike back on him, but he's caught by Jerry instantly. Fusions goes down. Only one shield now left for the Boston Uprising, and Myungbong has lost his Immortality field. Not ideal. KSA and Co push over the top. Kaka goes straight in, gets rid of both DPS.
And there you see that the Titans, they're able to hold on to that. Halo is now on the break, so we'll see how this affects what the Titans try to do. Is Boston may be able to get control of the point first?
I mean, this is definitely that press W composition that people have been talking about, Matt. The brig map with the double shield.
What's interesting for me here is that, like, Boston had an opportunity to take point. Just with a Bob right now, they'll get a few other ultimates online, but player or two gets picked, it'll be too late.
Jerry needs to get rid of Shockwave early, but it's been a duplicate now. There's going to be 2 ashes for the Titans. It's too much ash to handle. Bob comes out from Shockwave. He built that awfully quick, and now they'll just head on to the point. They'll just sit there and be happy they're done with it. The Vancouver Titans.
We'll see where Shredlock has to play right now. And this becomes a little bit of an advantage for the Boston Uprising, but they get split off. A few players go in towards the staircase. Some players get stuck in the doorway, and they all fall.
You know what they do there, which is really interesting, is they actually... Their Orisa goes low, and it looks like the Titans are backing up. They push forward immediately on the back of the Immortality field from Rolf. Not really doing anything right now. He's just contesting.
You're just kiting him on the point.
He's got to stay there, though. Overtime now, he can't leave, and finally assistance arrives. Halo and Jerry get there. Jerry with a couple quick kills. In fact, 2 of 3 of his kills in the round, right at the end, and just in time at the Uprising get point
They barely get hit. As I really liked what Karkar was doing there. He was like turning, giving the armor packs to his teammates.
I like that he's got good wall vision, and Immortality field isn't destroyed, so that Gravitic Flux doesn't get too much early on, but Color Hex comes in there. Pulse Bomb's able to open things up a little bit more now. Immortality field, Rolf only able to really use it for himself. He drops to the low level, but he's completely out at sea. He's so far out at sea, he's screaming Wilson right now. His team needs to get there, but they're staggered out. KSA's the first to come to the point now. He goes low and on the high ground. Is that an amplification matrix for Rolf? It's not enough.
It's all right. Boston able to take the
recall now back into the firing line, and Shockwave only needed one more arrow to complete the kill. He will at least force him away. And look how split the Uprising are again. This is reminiscent of what we saw from them in Night Market, man.
Yeah, and something we didn't talk about pre-game, which could also kind of lead to limited echo play, potentially, from the Boston Uprising, is when we highlighted Color Hex's hero. That's why you see Shredlock drop to the point. They need to force these players out of the corner.
Okay, there's the stick. Dalton gets rid of Halo now. And the Uprising, Matt, they seem like They're a little bit reactive and not enough proactive now. It's Dalton to make the play, opens things up, and the Uprising are playing very passively on defense here, just around the point. Another fantastic shatter from Fusions, but as is often the case, the follow-up isn't there. He backs his way into a corner. That's 2 ticks already for the Vancouver Titans. The Uprising have to dig. No! This is not okay! That is preposterous! Down a good start on KSA to make sure he takes the full amplified damage from the high ground. Good adaptation
nice
from Boston
shot
to split the high ground, Matt. Jerry can push in now, make use of that immortality field, try and get rid of the remaining players in the Titans.
Really nice shots there from Jerry up on the high ground. Had the Amp Matrix to work with. And that really kind of bails out the Uprising in the end, so they will be able to take this first point.
You know, tries to wrap around here with a pulse bomb. Let's see how this plays out now. Immortality field was used. Shredlock is low, very low. Wolf goes down to the Dragon. That's not really something you can afford to have happen at all. Karkar now goes to the low ground, tries to protect his main tank Shredlock for as long as he can, and it's working. He keeps Shredlock up, and then Dalton gets a kill from across the point. Jerry finds a couple big ones though, and he has a chance here to try and bring things back. But another headshot for Jerry. He's doing it again. Rolf though gets rid of him now, and it was a clutch gravitic flux from KSA to put this wishful thinking straight to bed, and the Vancouver Titans should be able to hold here on point B. The accretion. Halo's able to dodge it, but can't do much more. The Sigma here. Kinetic Grass gets him a ridiculous amount of shield. You don't always notice that. That was a lot of damage he just ate up. KSA is going to get halted forward. He has to now use a grasp of his own. Shredlock's also low here. The Hanzos need to get work, and Shockwave, what a high value kill. Just picks Halo off, and you can't tell me he was looking for it. But he gets it anyway. Another for him now, and the Hanzo roulette wheel spins on and on. This time favors the Vancouver Titans.
And you have nothing you can do
pretty
there.
Comfortably, Matt.
Like, what do you do when you're the Boston? A lot of the players of the Titans still alive on the point, keeping everybody up with the immortality field. That'll be an Amp Matrix drop from Rolf, and now you see the desperation here coming out for the Uprising. It'll be Punk going over to the Wrecking Ball. Everybody from the Uprising, though, just getting picked off coming out of the spawn. This should be the Titans able to take the map.
Yeah, that wall really setting things up. Clever tech there to actually put it the opposite direction to make it harder to break, and the Titans, they will take the Hanamura map away.
Do they go with a Nano Blade here? Looks like they're trying to line it up. That'll be the blade that comes up. The Nano comes a little bit later.
What an explosive end to what could have been quite a glorious Nano Blade. Jerry's able to find 2 kills though, and now they look for Rolf as well. The stick is good, and Jerry is going haywire. KSA trying to chase the Tracer down, now just has to move into stall mode, and that won't last long either. Huge fight from Jerry. It had to be after Color Hex got shut down so early on.
Well, the Nat...
in Mini Diva form now, trying to hold down the fort. Self-destruct here. Punk tries to send one in of his own. Pulse bombs for all and sundry. And it's going to be Jerry to find 2 in that fight, and the cleanup looks good for Boston here. Recall had to be used by Dalton, and he gets trounced as soon as he reappears. And yes, Jerry with 10 final blows. Color Hegbert, the down a Diva are the Uprising, but they get a big sleep dart on Dalton. Should be able to clean that kill up. Great stun to follow up, but Karkar finds one of his own. Fusions and Shredlock now going at it. The Monkey Fists are flying in and into the back corner. Goes Shredlock. Both have Primal Rage now. And a self-destruct from KSA gets him the re-mech, and there's not a whole lot Fusions can do. He's run out of teammates to protect him. And Shockwave finds a gimme frag at the end of the fight.
Yeah, Shockwave is just in the background, just putting down so much damage. Like, he's up on the ramp.
Team. Transcendence there as well for the Titans. Keeps him nice and durable, and both supports for the Uprising have gone down. Even though Karkar is removed here, the Titans have pretty much paved the way now towards getting this checkpoint. They don't quite break the barrier in time for Fusions, but they'll get there. They'll get checkpoint B.
Yeah, so it looks like Jerry just kind of getting out, trying to stall it out for a little bit longer. Everybody else kind of jumping onto the payload.
But a decent on KSA. I mean, even now is all the Titans have to work with for an attempt to push us over the line. Dalton steps up. He's going to have to blink in there, but he's stunned immediately, forced into recall. Halo is taken down, but the Titans need numbers on the card. They now have that with Shredlock returning, and keep an eye on that Primal Rage. He has it ready to go. Punk out of the mech. He's removed. Self-destruct doesn't find anything. They lose the Diva for their trouble. The Titans now back in the driver's seat. They get the card across the line. They stay alive on Gibraltar.
Barely. I thought...
Still looking for a way in. Jerry a little low. Dalton looking to finish off the kill, but Jerry continues to elude him. He takes another big clip, but Shredlock is gone down. Another big bite of grenade there. Huge stuff from Myeonbom. Puck's going to be able to chase down KSA before he can get back in the mech, and that looks to be it. That's enough to break the Titans now as they push up with only the Transcendence. Only 3 players are left. Rolf just trying to keep him standing for the time being, but even he has to back away as Color Hex bears down on him with Shurikens Akimbo. Shockwave falls. There's Rolf and Dalton going, and the Titans get more than they bargained for. Or was the recall is there? Fusions desperately had to get towards the car, but Rolf is standing tall. Dalton's been removed. Jerry finds him. Shredlock now trying to stay alive on the card here. We're deep in overtime, and Color Hex returns with the Soldier 76. The Vancouver Titans, are they going to do this? Punk gets de-suited by the self-destruct, and Jerry is going to hang on the car for as low as he can. A desperate biotic field dropped by Color Hex. Not enough to keep him alive. The Sombra's back, and Shockwave has an EMP. Lets it go, but Jerry avoids it by recalling just in time. He's down, and that's overtime.
Wow.
What a comeback from the Titans on Gibraltar. This is the kind of Overwatch we didn't.
Your Titans pull off the sweep and in convincing fashion close out their placement games, going a perfect 6-0 in their last 2 matches. The Titans came out swinging on the first map, with Shockwave playing Echo and showing that his debut performance with the hero was only the beginning. A massive ultimate flank from him caused chaos for the Uprising for a first map win. As the series moved on, KSA once again showed us why he is considered one of the best Sigma players in the world. Not only did he finish the series with the highest eliminations between the 2 teams, but did so with the least deaths. This combination of high eliminations with a low death count gave the Titans a chance to win every team fight they played in. With the win, the Titans placed themselves as the 4th seed in the Summer Showdown. Let's hear from coaches Flubby, Wheats, and Pew on the Titans' newfound confidence.
Like every single person was hitting their mark and what they needed to do and adapting as like each team fight went on, especially if in like the first map. Like Night Market is a really good example of like we held them for the full 100%. And each fight was like a different adaptation of what they want to use, what they want to do, and they did that throughout the whole entire series. I think that's probably the best takeaway from that match.
We changed stuff up like every time, so it wasn't telegraphed at all.
With the win secured over Boston and their Summer Showdown placing locked down, the Titans look to finish the weekend strong against the Atlanta Reign. The Reign this year have acted as the gatekeeper of the NA division, having not lost to a team below them in the standings, while not winning against teams ranked above them. Star DPS Baby Bay for the Reign would be a tall task for the Titans to counter as they look to Dalton and Shockwave to continue to make strides in their still young careers. So did the Titans continue their map streak? Or was Baby Bay able to counter the Titans' aggressive DPS duo? Let's find out in our match recap.
It's just him and Erster that are intended to get value out of that Amp Matrix, and Shockwave got ruined cross map there. Edison with a damage boost.
They're going to have to change, man.
This ain't it. This is not it.
I mean, at this point, though, is it even worth changing?
Oh, you mean you just want to go next?
Well, look, I mean, 75% on the point.
Duplicate there towards Ash. Shockwave just sort of lets that one go, and Dalton gets in behind. That's a good connection with the EMP. There's a chance here for the Titans now. They're going to take the point back with Edison and Hawk sort of being out of the mix already. KSA stays safe. Defense Matrix when it was required. Bob is thrown out by Shockwave, so he gets ult value there. But still, the Reign don't use their ultimates. I mean, they're sitting on every...
Too big of a hill to climb.
Vancouver Titans. Composition didn't look great. They persisted with it. They got ultimates. They won the fight with those, but when the Atlanta Reign had a chance to come back with all they'd built up, they really, you know, what would be heroes they're definitely known for. Yeah, doesn't look great to start with. Shockwave's able to find 2 quick kills on the McCree here, and he might have a chance to have big impact in this series, finding his 3rd now, and he's looking for that Tracer of Edison.
Yes, this isn't like, I feel like especially if the other team's not running an Ashe or a Widow, it'll be a Deadeye here from the high ground. He gets booped back. Oh, I thought it was going to line him up into a great spot.
He still gets away with it though, Matt. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. Kind of felt like he could have got knocked off the map there, but still gets a big Deadeye. And the Atlanta Reign, they're trying to make this composition work. This Edison Dragon Blade now as Pulse Bombs are getting rid of Immortality. Fields both those abilities are down, but Shockwave still controls the high ground, and Dogman can't do a thing about it. Supercharger, I'll take that as well. Thanks for coming. Shockwave now in position to flank with a flashbang and cause a lot of problems here for Hawk, who tried to get a Gravitic Flux off. He did get rid of KSA. Hawk gets a late accretion. Can't finish Shockwave, but Edison is there to get the job done. This is getting pretty close now. It's going to be Edison trying to deal with Dalton on the point of recall his force from the ladder. Dalton backs away into the room, and now Wrecking Ball joins the fray. A lot of health here for Shredlock to work with, but he's missing his wingman. Dalton is out of the picture, and now Edison and Erster try to make short work of the Wrecking Ball. Edison is going to be responsible for keeping his team alive. The rally comes out from Masa here, Matt, and the Rain are going to have one more shot at it, but they've lost Erster already.
Yeah, Shockwave comes back on the Doom Fist here, just looking for like the quick one-shot kills as we have a Wrecking Ball come in from Gators. That'll be Rally coming in from Karkar and the Titans.
Able to pressure Masa away from the point there. The shield couldn't keep the Finn away, I guess, or keep him on towards the point, and now Gator's gone down as well. In the Vancouver Titans, they exploit Atlanta Rain going without hit scan, and this weird Genty trace.
The die DPS again, so the logic has to be big halts with dashes and burst damage can take players out through this.
Let's see how it plays out here. Immortality Field for Dogman is down. Shockwave gets rid of him. Dalton, okay, he's aware that Erster is sort of whizzing overhead, but Shockwave is in such a safe spot. I mean, he's dealing with two flankers and he's still chilling in the back.
I gotta say, the Titans have done a great job. Great job keeping Shockwave.
Erster, but it doesn't really allow them to deal with Shockwave the way they'd like to. The same thing's just happened again. Dogman has gone down to Shockwave. I don't think he even had a chance, by the way, to deploy an Immortality Field in that fight. Any fight where your Batiste dies and not being able to put a drone out is not a good one.
Yeah, as that'll be...
does take Shredlock a little low, but the Rain looked no closer to taking the point than they were earlier on. Okay, Fortify was used, so that means Shredlock does get lifted up in the air, and Erster now is able to clean up these kills. The Rain get themselves back in the driver's seat here, where they've given over about 80% of capture.
Yeah, and they give up the canning the mashes on Erster, making it difficult. We'll see if he can do it again.
Here it is. Erster with the blade. Everyone's walked out of the Immortality Field. Well, got destroyed anyway. Rolf and Peace Field both down now, and Erster's able to do some work with the Dragon Blade. Now the Rain, where they feel like they can actually sort of decide when the fights start, looks so much better. Edison just 1v1 Dalton into next Tuesday, and now the Rain are going to E-Builders down. That was Dalton's pulse bomb that necessitated it, and that's beautiful from Edison. Just perfect! Gets rid of Rolf there, and Shockwave can't do anything. Now the Rain are firing. Now they're steamrolling. And the Vancouver Titans are sent reeling and packing on the map of Oasis. Yeah, that off-angle Sigma of KSA on that left side. Yeah, this is annoying. Edison has to try and find a way to do it himself, and he just gets the solo kill. Burst the Sigma down, and there are not many heroes in this game that can just do that to a Sigma. That's
how many other heroes can do that to a Sigma?
None. Actually, I don't really think there are any. I was so wrong. And look how quickly that
decided to do. Looks like they're trying to go take some control on the bridge. They're going to send Bob directly to the point to try and contest. We'll have a bit of a Bob off here. As Dalton actually is Bob's way more effective because his Bob actually knocks Baby Bays up into the sky as this fight looks to be all Vancouver.
It looks like the Bob was also benefiting from the supercharger there. I'm not sure either way. It just ruined Atlanta's one. And that's how you count.
Everybody up in the sky. Immortality Field, you don't get any kills off of the back of it directly, but now Atlanta pushes with a supercharger up to that high ground.
Okay, this might get turned around. No, Dalton, he's in a great spot to slow up the Rain. Getting rid of Baby Bay and Edison in very short order completely took the wind out of the sails from Atlanta.
Yes, but when the Bob gets to the point, they all set up at the choke, and they're able to get a bunch of damage down with a dynamite. It'll be Karkar using the rally, trying to keep everybody alive here on the point. As
Dalton!
It looks like they're able to turn it.
That is absurd! What a gigantic dynamite hit in the corner, and oh man, I mean, Edison has got to be reeling after that one. He was looking for the one. Copy Sigma gets a flux. Hawk has one of his own though now as well, but it's a fortified Shredlock that just takes the hit and stays in the corner, and the Titans are in the stall.
Yeah, as they're just trying to keep Shredlock alive any way they can. Rolf there as well. Immortality Field comes down. KSA out of the spawn. Big pile driver. I don't know though if they're going to be able to extend this through the supercharger. KSA has to roll off of the point. That'll be the Atlanta Rain taking the
push up now. Dalton has to recall fairly early, and a big dynamite hit onto the Titans. He's going to keep Nonus, but Shockwave, he finds it first kill. Hanzo, is he paying off already? Somehow he's able to dodge the accretion and stay pretty much unharmed in that corner for now.
And we haven't seen many teams play this the way that the Titans did. Instead of what a lot of teams do, is they'll have like the Hanzo.
By those things on the off angle, I don't think he. Okay, he actually pops back up here, so they don't really see the Bob coming, but that's the Dragon Strike. Look, when it gets you a kill,
with it.
Yeah, I mean, you're just trying to use it to get that high ground control, but now you find a kill as well, so Dalton can play from the flank. He maybe, could have recalled a little bit earlier if that was available for him. He goes down still. Good start to the fight for the Vancouver Titans. Edison's forced to back out. Now he's going to get chased down. It really looks like the KSA wants to complete that kill. In doing so, though, the Titans lose Rolf, and that Dragon Strike ultimately doesn't give them the point.
I was going to say, they're not going to get anything out of this.
It's a little bit too late for it to make much of a difference, and the Titans just had too many good ultimates, high-value abilities to use. Here's the stall. So Gator wants to sit back in that corner and not really leave until reinforcements properly arrive. With Shockwave going down to Baby Bay, there might be something here. Baby Bay has time to type in chat, not really sure how, because he's still in the middle of a fight. He types wow, and wow is right. Mate, that's not good for him. He doesn't want to be there, but good immortality field. Dogman is taken down. Bob got used. So what does Edison do now? Can he get rid of Shockwave? He can burst the Mei down before they know it. Shockwave may not have Ice Block. Okay, no, he's forced to use it. I mean, you can win the fight on the high ground without either of your DPS, so this is pretty much over. The Atlanta Reign are looking like they're going to take map 2 away. And the Ash play from Baby Bay, absolutely sublime. 9 final blows, 3 deaths. Edison looking excellent as well on the Echo, able to blow up that Sigma. KSA never had free reign, and the Atlanta Reign go up 2-0.
This looks
He seems like the kind of guy that goes in for this sort of machismo approach. It's not for everybody, I can admit.
And the fight's not over. It'll be rally here for the Atlanta Reign as the Bob of Shockwave buys them enough time to contest.
Wrecking Ball now on point. Shredlock, should I say, has a lot of that adaptive shield available to him. And Rolf comes in with a Transcendence. It has to be now.
It's a little late, though.
It is. I mean, they've lost Shredlock and KSA. Both their main tanks are down, so the value of their Transcendence is greatly diminished. But Shockwave is on the high ground now. Couple kills. Baby Bay gets him again. Oh, he keeps getting in his head. Too quick. Like he's ignoring. Yeah, Dalton not getting the attention he perhaps deserves there, but he may have a chance to get some revenge. He drops down and gets rid of fire. That immortality field needs to be removed. Baby Bay turns around and gets rid of Shredlock, though. That is big now. No Aretha, and even though Dalton was in the back line, he couldn't get anything done.
You know, one of your top, like, 3 teams in North America. But, like, where was this Reign, like, earlier in the season against some of the other teams that you think what this roster can contend with?
We asked that last year as well. Oh, 2 from the Bob. 7 a.m. Baby Bay just got trucking through the pulse bomb again here. Where does it go? Gets stuck on the Winston, on the Diva, should I say. KSA gets desuited, but it's not quite enough from Edison there. Looks like Dalton is stepping up.
So use a Transcendence here, and they don't exactly get the cart rolling with it. Baby Bay up on the high ground. He'll be able to get away. Edison
now or never, buddy. Edison has another pulse bomb. Dogman's lost that immortality field. Shredlock is very low. He's able to roll away just, but Baby Bay does not let him get away. Edison gets the stick. Karkar is down. And the Atlanta Reign have all the plays that they need. Vancouver Titans, everything is being stripped away from them, even their dignity at points on this particular map. And they won't even get inside the shuttle phase, but it's the Reign that go to the stars.
Incredible series.
While the team came close within the maps played, the series ultimately ended in a 3-0 victory for Atlanta. With Baby Bay being their hit scan specialist on specific maps, it was a tough matchup for the Titans to counter. His Ashe playstyle created tough situations for the Titans to overcome, which led to team fights going the Reign's way. The Reign were playing at a performance above what we have seen this current season, having a strong performance from not only their DPS lineup of Baby Bay and Earster, but from their tanks Hawk and Gator. Even though it was a tough loss to close out the weekend, the coaching staff are seeing growth in the Titans' play. With focus shifting now to the Summer Showdown, here is what the coaching staff have to say about the weekend as a whole.
For us, we're focusing on 2 things. It is faster play, like recognizing when you can go, recognizing when you can back, or recognizing when you should back, and knowing your roles.
Everyone just needs to recognize their duties, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
What you need to do. Like a Boston match was a perfect example. Everyone did their job and trusted everyone else on the team to do their job. So.
After this weekend, the Titans' record improves to 4-8 on the year, and now are 2-1 on the Summer Showdown seeding, jumping up to 4th seed in the North American division. With that 4th seed, the Titans will have to wait and see who they'll play, making no path to victory an easy one this weekend. How will the Titans prepare for anything? And how will they be able to stay ahead of the curve with a new meta now in play? Let's hear one last time from our coaches.
We just focus more on ourselves more when we're prepping and you don't know the specific opponent. Because in Overwatch, if you can make the other team play your game, it's a lot better anyways, even if you do know who you're playing. So we just focus more on ourselves.
For the most part, you know, like we'll see on Friday what teams kind of decided on to play for the tournament, or if they want to, you know, like for the most part their play style. And you know, you have your Genjis, you have your Tracers. I think we'll have a good idea, but nothing too crazy. We'll more focus on ourselves for sure, what we'd said.
With the Titans awaiting their next opponent, be sure to stay on top of all Titans news for what time their match will be played on July 4th and who their opponent will be. Thanks for getting caught up with Titans this week. Be sure to tune in July 4th to watch your Titans embrace the underdog role in the Overwatch League Summer Showdown. Be sure to come back here for more news and in-depth analysis of your Vancouver Titans. I'm your host, Abby Sherlock, and we'll see you next time.